Oh, goodness me, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Hell Let Loose seasonal round 3, I guess we would call this. And I have some cool stuff going on today. First of all, though, see that dude over in that right-hand corner there, bottom of the screen? Travis Stu, one of my fellow casters from the Oceanic region and top shelf dude that he is. He's just randomly, 20 minutes ago, Stu said, fuck it, yeah, I'll come and join you. So here he is. Stu, welcome, mate.
My guy, it is a goddamn pleasure to be here. What match are we casting today? I'm led to believe it's actually I should probably let you introduce that one, but thank you very much. It is a pleasure to be here.
No, by all means, tell me what is the match? We've been talking about all these different matches we got going on. There's about 800 different ones. And we're sharing this with the mate today. It's on my stream, but a co-caster is always welcome. It provides more entertainment than me just sitting here flapping off at the mouth. So it is IR and Easy, mate. What do you know about them?
I do know. Easy Company is a little bit of a... I like Easy Company. A couple of very good friends of the stream play on Easy. Just a little shout out to my mate E-Rock playing for Easy today. And I do know IR have been tearing it up as well. I've been watching the seasonals fairly closely since it came out, but I'm really looking forward to this match, my guy.
Yeah, I think it'll be good. Easy, of course, I cast their first match a few weeks ago, and that was against Chimera, and they didn't have a good run of it, unfortunately for them. They were out blitzkrieged. But Easy will come back, guns blazing, no question at all. Let's. What I'm going to do here, Stu, is, and you don't have access to this stuff. Stu's actually just watching my Discord, and at the moment he's looking at, it's the team lists, isn't it? That's about all you've got to look at right now, or the Foy map, which we're not playing on, by the way. But the viewers at home are looking at the actual stages of the seasonal. Now, I need to point out here, Stu is actually one of our casters now for the Hell Let Loose seasonal, and Stu, you're casting tomorrow morning, correct?
Tomorrow morning, tonight, depending on your time zone, I'm going to be casting the Alpha versus Ballistic match, which is another knockout match.
All right. So on that, then, I might be able to bring this up on the main screen for you to be able to see, as well as the viewers at home. They're watching it. There we go. You should be able to see my... Oh, hang on. No, that's not how it works. Is it in Discord? We will change the window, and we'll give you that one. There you go. You should be able to see that stage window now. Look at that. Technology, hey?
Delicious.
So what we're looking at there, ladies and gents, of course, is we've had a couple of rounds. This is the third round. So that's the column that starts with the 2, 0, 1, 1, and 0, 2. And the way this works, so I've been casting Chimera's matches. Chimera made it through, and they're in the second stage now. So they went up to the 2-0. They won 2 matches, so they go straight through the second stage. But up there, you can see IR's up there, and IR then bump into the 1-1 because they lost that match against the Circle. Down the bottom there, you can see Easy's, the logos, the skull with the beret on it and all that stuff. So Easy have also lost that match against, I'm not sure what that clan is there, the 3 logos, but they're in the 1-1 as well. So they're playing now. So what happens out of this one of these teams goes through to the second stage and one does not. That's quite literally how it's going to work. One team will make it through the second stage and this is the end of their journey. So a little bit sad for a team, but I mean, that's the nature of competition, isn't it? You win some, you lose some, and that's kind of how we're doing. All right.
But I think the way to look at this, Snoppers, is anybody that's playing today has at least one win in the seasonal competition. So they've at least got something they can take away from this competition, and the rest they can look back on and go, hey, what can we improve from last time?
Exactly, mate. They've got skin in the game right now because they've won something, and they're playing on this map. And what we will do now, of course, is bring up the map for... Shit, I don't even know what you're looking at anymore, Stu. So let's put that on that screen. All right, there we go.
Oh, I have a map.
Magic fingers here. All right, we have a map. And this is the sainte-marie-dumont map. And, of course, I streamed a match for this earlier today, which was the APAI opening match for me, which is a new Oceanic-based tournament, but it's got a few international teams. And so this map has already played out today. So I'll talk about a couple of key things, and that's the footage, by the way, spinning around in the background on the stream there for people wondering. That's actually flyover of sainte-marie-dumont. This map is a tough one for folks, depending on where you go at the very start. And why do I say that? Because the 3 points in the middle there, Pierre's farm, couple of wheat fields, and wide open fields otherwise. So very hard to do anything in there. You can't really get in and set up a good defense easily because people can see you from a long way away and be shelling the shit out of you. Particularly small tanks at the start there, you know, the lights and the mediums. And recon tags whipping around the side. It's all bad. The dugout, a different meta. Open on the left side of the dugout, open on the right side of the dugout, but a 20 or 30 meter, maybe a 50 or 60 feet drop, 20 or 30 meter drop from the ridgeline on the right to the dugout itself, and lots of random shit around there. Buildings down south, lots of stuff up north, northwest, and stuff like that. So it makes that an interesting point because you can approach right up to it from a couple of different angles, and no one can see you unless they're actually out in those areas. AA Network, which we saw in today's battle in the APAI, the team that gets in there first gets all the trenches, gets all the defensive points, and can actually set up really well. And we saw that with OPBHB. They got into the point and they had like 20 people in there, and it was a 35v35 comp. And that was it. They owned the point. 10th Mountain couldn't get in there. So we talk about these 3 points at the start because that's what the start of the match is all about, is the first point. From there, of course, we could talk about all the other points as we go along. But Stu, what are your thoughts there? Comments from you?
Tell you what, as you're describing each and every one of those points, it's almost like I get a little twitch because I reckon I've had good matches and bad matches over each and every one of them. Like everyone's had one of those disasters at Pierre's farm where you just cannot push into the point as they've got absolutely every angle covered. And that said, look, in the middle at AA Network, look, people have had those matches where you've just been able to dominate. Sitting in, using that trench network outside of the house, or just having a few shooters in the top of that house, so you're just able to pick off every enemy that comes your way. It's a great map, and I'm genuinely excited to get into this, Noppers. Yeah,
absolutely. Now, I've just dropped the stream off for you there and restarted it, so you'll have to join that again. But we're just waiting here. I just got a message from one of the Easy guys who has said that there's a bit of a problem with the other streamers, so they'll get that squared away. I'm just going to whip over and have a look here at the main monitor. Let's bring that up. Let's bring over the flyover and logos. What am I looking at there? I don't want to look at looking at the left-hand side. I want to... Well, actually, why don't we play the Easy video? That's what we'll do first, Stu. I promised them that I would play this. Let's let that play out. I'll just shut up for a minute, and we'll turn that music off for a second, and we'll just see what it looks like.
Cool. I'm in. Let's go.
Well, that's not playing on the left monitor. Why is that not playing on the left monitor? Why? Oh, it's monitor. Because it's the wrong monitor. It's the wrong monitor, Stu. It's display 2 we're trying to pick up there. Let's have a look at that. The map's still good there. Let's start that again, this time with less fuck-ups.
It's OBS. If it wasn't doing fun stuff, it wouldn't be OBS.
Hey, Stu, we were talking in the background there while we were watching that and everyone could see us, but how good was that? That was pretty good, wasn't it?
That was delicious. There were some tasty clips in there. I loved it.
I like it. And that's a promo video, ladies and gents. There's some other clans out there. I'm not going to point at them directly right now, but there's some other clans out there that can learn some lessons there. Hey, I've got some exciting news for you here, Stu. The map is rolling. Sainte-Marie-Dumont has been started. I'm going to get that stream back up for you there. 1st Infantry Squad is what I'm joining as a rifleman. Down the bottom I go, and it's AA Network again. Twice in one day are we going to get AA Network up and running. So we're going to go across here to the main page, have a look at that. There we go. So me in the battle right now. I'm not fighting, obviously. I am going and doing this. Get rid of all the logo stuff, and we'll get away from everybody. And we'll get up here and have a look at AA Network. And Stu, we've talked about AA Network already today as being the bastard of a point to fight over at the start in relation to if you don't get in there early enough, you ain't going in there. Talk to me about AA Network in particular. I've got that on the screen there for us now.
If it's all right, I actually don't have your screen shared currently.
It should be, you need to redo it.
It's not up. But, AA Network itself, I can definitely talk about the point without seeing it. I think it's absolutely drilled into my brain by this point. But having that house in the middle, there we go. We can see it there. Having that house in the middle as a veritable strong point. If you have a look sort of towards the top of the screen, that's where I find the bulk of the attacks generally come from. Because there's those hedgerows and those covers moving up to it, and that cover moving up to it. And there's also that little sort of, if you look towards that main house in the middle there, just towards the right, there's a bit of a trench network around a couple of farmhouses out there. It's a very good place to start setting up a genuinely good assault onto AA Network itself. God, I swear I've spent half my life around this point at some stage. A little bit of PTSD kicking in, potentially.
Nice. I'm just going to drop down a little bit of resourcing here. Seems to be okay, but yeah, I don't know. It's just there's a little bit of glitchiness in sound. What I want to do, though, is I want to get up and have a look at, first of all, just for the viewers at home, you can see the logos up at the top of the screen there. I am on the easy side. They are Axis players. I'm not part of their clan or anything. I'm just an independent streamer. So they'll be the blue players throughout the whole match. And the IR team, they are the allies, and they are the orange players throughout the whole match. And we'll just get up here and have a look, Stu, as I like to do. I like to look at what they've got set up. I don't have two cameras. There's an IR streamer or somebody streaming in Chinese language, and I don't have his footage. I couldn't get hold of him. All right, so there's a tank over there and a couple of stuff. There's a full load of people here. We're not going to be able to get any of these guys' names, unfortunately. There's a medium tank in the middle. Another truck here. That's the commander. Oh, who's the commander? Commander is Traptrix. All right, and then over here there's a truckload of trouble there as well. Let's say that fast 3 times. And we'll get back down to AA here, and we can have a look at what Easy are doing, because there's a supply truck going out the side there. We've got a bunch of infantry there on the right side of the point. 2 tanks going up through the gut, so they're going pushing hard on AA straight away. There's another truckload of trouble there. Another truckload of trouble there, so a fair bit going towards the point. A light tank going left with a recon as well. All right, so a bit of blitzkrieg is happening today, Stu, but it is game on. What do you think is going to happen in this first opening sequence? Is it just going to be bloodshed and no one going to capture anything, or do you think one of the teams is going to have the strength to take this point early?
Look, it's difficult to say just on the way they've set up. They've both set up very strong, which is what you like to see. The other thing that I just point out that we saw before is node setup. Nodes and supply drops at the start of the match. I know everybody works over it fairly hard before jumping into these inches, but it was all very, very well done from Easy Company, so we're looking forward to that. But that is a lot of troops and a lot of armor that's being thrown forward very quickly. This is going to be a meat grinder. I'm looking forward to seeing what happens.
It's going to be a meat grinder. I'm just going to move my resources around here a little bit, mate, and get the image back up for you. There you go. You should have that now again. I'm just getting a little sound clipping from you for no reason whatsoever, except it's probably internet thing. All right, so Easier getting onto the point early, and they're starting that early cap, but of course this means nothing right now with the way the teams are spread out. We knew there were truckloads of trouble around the back there. There's early explosions from artillery there. That's dropping on the back of the buildings, Stu. That's pre-positioned artillery firing into the point. Same thing happening from both sides here. There's a big flank coming in. Forbesy on the top of the truck there. It's going to be trying to rocket off to the right there if he's watching. There's a rocket in. Oh, he's hit some. Not bad, not bad. The couple of the IR guys got into the point, into that building set though, and that's important for them. They got a tank there as well, which is Forbesy should have held that rocket for the tank. The tank is actually much greater threat, although the Panzer IV, just to the sort of the bottom right of the screen here, coming in right now, getting eyes on, I don't know what it's shooting at, but it wasn't the Stuart. I can hear stuff happening to the left. Fuck me, it's busy, Stu. It's a bit busy.
This is one hell of a meat grinder in the middle. Artie absolutely doing its work. Shout out to the IR Artie. They've absolutely helped their lads push into this point. You can see the easy artillery going absolutely nuts as well. This is good. I think just having a look at it, it looks like IR might have the upper hand over the middle of this at the moment, Nobbers.
Well, it's a real problem at the moment to pick what to actually look at. So on the right, we just had a transport truck blow up. Easy have pushed out their reinforced. They've got that wheat field. Look like they're going to cap that area, and that's important to hold that area for the attack on the point if they lose this. There's a Panzer IV off to the left of screen around the middle there near Aqua. Bottom right, though, there's a Luke's lurking around with intent. The angry Luke's never something to scoff at. There's a Stuart up there to the top left. He's running around doing whatever the fuck Stuarts do. Someone just shot the Panzer IV. That'd be something out on the left of screen. Possibly a, I don't know, what's that? Is that a German tank? That's another Luke's. Is it? There's another Luke's out on the side here, having a little bit of a hand slap with the Stuart as well. So, where do you go? It's just everything. It's going back in Easy's favour though now. IR do have a bit of weight there in that centre, but Easy have spread out left and right here quite nicely, Stu.
Yeah, they absolutely have. Have a look at that little blob of Easy out to the right. That could be very crucial into... it's obviously putting cap weight on at the moment. Just I say that IR artillery is coming in and taking them out.
Oh, thank you. That's half of them gone. But it's you are correct, because that wheat field, I talked about in the match this morning as well, so important to control that wheat field, because you can attack. We can just get in and have a bit of a look at it, Stu. Look at all the angles you can come in from. Look at all the cover, the walls. Tanks struggle to see you out. It's pretty good, isn't it?
Yeah. And anybody that's ever played Hell Let Loose has done the old crawl through wheat field, pop up exactly where the enemy is not expecting. It's great. It's really hard to look during in admin cam, I find, because it looks so sparse. But in actual fact, the visibility down there, especially below waist height, is about nil. Yep.
There's it's still going Easy's way. There's excellent trade going on, but having said that, I'm just looking out to the left side where the IR tanks have actually had a run of it out here. We've got a dead Luke's now. Looks like the Stuarts won that battle, and he's just hiding in behind a bush now. I'm not sure how much cover that bush actually offers him, but you know what? Go with what you got. He's surviving, and that's all that matters. He's obviously a better tanker than I, because I'd already be dead. I would have been the Luke's. Let's face it.
Yeah, absolutely. Me too.
We've got a great IR push on the left flank out wide. We'll just take a look at the map here. That's way out here. That's something also I didn't see in today's match of the same map. The teams were not using the wide flanks, and they were not going deep enough. When they did that, it worked. When they don't do it, you end up losing. You just can't hold against flankers. And there's a good flank going on from IR, but I can see the Easy guys are onto that. They are aware of that, and they are sort of holding that flank, and they are capping the point. First blood's going to go here to Easy in the cap weight and the cap race, but IR are no slumps here. They have not lost ground. They are still holding their own.
No, absolutely, you're right, Noppers. Have a look at those red berries you can see on screen at the moment. That you're going to provide that sustained push. Easy has taken the middle point, so congratulations, Easy, drawing first blood. But having that sustained push from IR, the red berries, pushing into point, will keep Easy on the back foot, and that's what they're after. And that artillery is absolutely doing some work, isn't it, Noppers?
Well, we'll go and have a quick look at that now, mate. AA, having said that, damn it, as I go to leave, AA is being taken back by Easy. We've got to have a look at that. We've got 3 on artillery at the moment from the IR team. Let's see if they've done anything special here. A few little barricades, not much else going on there. We'll come back and have a look at the Easy artillery in a second, but just going to get over here and have a look at it from IR's perspective now, Stu, because they're taking the point. And I think it is that right flank plus that sustained artillery fire on the far left there. So we're looking at it from the other side of the map, where we were talking about that wheat field before, where is it Whiskey and something runs, Byler runs, or something like that. Dylan runs. There you go. And Impossimus, where those guys are coming in. That artillery's been smashing them. This is a blinking point though at the moment. It's blinking backwards and forwards between the two teams, because it's now sweeping back to Easy. Maybe a reinforce went down. I tend to find if I've got people on the point like this here, I would save my reinforce until I was 50% capped or in real trouble, I think. I do a little bit differently, I guess, but I reckon that's a reinforce down. Actually, we should know. No, I'm not a squad leader. That's right. Sorry. We don't take squad leader positions because they like to use up to 20 squad leader positions in any of these matches. And so us streamers get relegated to leveling up classes that we probably never play. Would I be right, Stu?
Yeah, absolutely. My armor experience is far higher, given I never play tanks, than it should be.
There you go. You're like a level 9 tanker, but really you've actually never got in a tank before.
Yeah, I actually don't know how to start the engine. That's going to be an issue for everybody. But have a look at this easy tack team push into the middle of point now. They've gone the old sledgehammer approach. Chuck lads on point, push enemy out. Well
look
done.
at this. Look at this here. Panzer IV chasing Ellis Stewart. Surprise Stewart. He's going to get the Lukes, is he? He's been hit but not killed. He's been artillery. There's an engineer going in, sailing the tank to fuck off. He wants to kill. There goes the Stewart, who was actually doing a little bit of a leopard crawl up on that that Luke's, who had no idea he was getting flanked. And that Panzer IV, hey, Luke's crew, you owe the Panzer IV a beer. All right,
absolutely they do.
There we go. So that's the evidence right there. Panzer IV crew can ask for a beer out of that one. All right, so it's Easy's point here at the moment, and I should point out that it is Easy tack team, isn't it? They flagged that to me. It's something that I like to be called. It is a specific competition team that they use for this. We will talk about them in a sec. I'm going to get my Discord information up because I asked both teams for a bit of information, and I like to talk about them a little bit and give a bit of flavour to the viewers at home as to where some of these guys come from and what their background is and stuff like that. We see a lot of teams, though, Stu, like casters actually. We're brand new to this stuff. I've probably been casting for a couple of months in comp stuff, but that's not very long in the great scene compared to others. So for us, it's also learning about who these teams are. I mean, I don't know much about Easy. You know a bit about them. That's what we do, though, as casters, isn't it? We sort of pick up information, try and learn about the teams.
And look, I like how that evolves during a cast as well, Noppers. Obviously, earlier we were watching some API with the South American team that I hadn't met before. And as the cast evolves, you start seeing the same names pop up again and again and again. And you go, well, good Lord, wherever the action is, this guy is.
Yeah.
Tell you what, that guy. This has been an absolute fight over the middle. Easy looks like they might be losing a little bit of ground to IR currently.
They are. Yet again, we see the point blinking back in IR's favour with this sustained push coming from a pretty broad front. If we'll just get a bit of map overview here. Now, you can see a bit of pressure around the back here on the garrisons as well for Easy. They've got, 1, 2, 3, 4 Garys in a nice row there. I'd want to see more up front. I don't think they could actually get any up front. IR hold this terrain here. This row here, the 5 row, is absolutely held by IR at the moment, isn't it, Stu?
Yeah, I don't see how Easy, without some absolutely magnificent plays, are going to be able to turn back. It's going to require some very good shooting from the lads and also some good communication because I'll tell you what, IR, they've taken back the point and they're looking very strong on it at the moment.
They're getting the initiative. Now, let's talk a little bit about the difference between global teams here that I've noticed over time. I first cast for IR 6 months ago. They had a friendly against God knows who. It might have been OC or Four Boys combo. And I think IR won that one from memory. Someone will correct me in chat, I'm sure, in about 20 minutes or so. The IR team are very representational of a lot of the Chinese teams, and that is they are very deliberate in the way they play. What I mean by that, they work as squads and they work as teams and they move up slowly and deliberately and they grind you down. They take sight pictures, they move a little bit Tarkov-ish, a bit of armor type stuff, which is, I love that stuff. That's what this game's, this is not a run and jump game. If you're running and jumping, you're doing it wrong, to be honest, because they'll shoot you every day. So the IR guys are very deliberate. I tend to find the American teams and very much the Oceanic teams, we run with what I like to call a pair of hand grenades between our legs, hanging out. You know what I mean? I've said that a few times in streams. I'll say it again. We're balls out and we're running. And I've watched the Oceanic teams realise that combined arms and slowing down your gameplay wins matches. So we've seen that with some of the big teams are doing that, and they're doing it well. Their tanks no longer running around fucking getting grenaded, rocketed or satcheled. Their tanks are actually working with their infantry now, and that's what we see in a lot of the teams that has changed. And it's you know, that's my observation. What are your thoughts there on that, Stu?
And I think you hit the nail on the head. The OCE community is absolutely evolving, and I guess some people have seen it on your cast recently, and people keep seeing it in the seasonal cast coming up. But Chimera it typifies it. Their ability to start moving in with their tanks and artillery and having that combined arm support is really starting to evolve, and they're a force to be reckoned with now. Now that they've got a hold of that. Can I just point out, Noppers, just towards the left of your screen at the moment, IR have started to move up on that flank, and that's a very strong place to be just sort of holding the line and holding Easy off.
Yeah, I just noticed some tank stuff going on over the right there and realised that Stuart keeps going forward unprotected by infantry and it keeps dying. It's getting in too close to where everything is. It needs to be probably way back here shooting in if it's going to freelance like that. I have nothing against a freelancing fast tank, but you can't drive through the middle of the infantry positions in this level of competition in a light tank and not expect to get rocketed. IR are pushing out here, Stu. They are. There's a bit of trade going on, you know, one person each side is dying. They are taking the point though. The pressure is on now. Easy need to see what they can counter with here. I wonder, because there's no garrison, that garrison's locked in the point. They've struggled so much with getting any sort of forward defensive stuff. They haven't been able to push out of the point here because IR's been on them the entire time. Here's a bombing run coming in. Whose is that there? That's Easier throwing the bombing run in now because they're in trouble. They're in trouble here, Stu. They're losing the point.
Yeah, I think that was a very well-timed bombing run. They absolutely needed to try and clear up some of that, just to allow the lads that are starting to move back into point for Easy Company to start taking back that point. And I think what you were saying is absolutely correct. Easy just haven't been able to maintain that forward pressure off that middle point AA network. And that's allowed the IR team to just give sustained pressure, keep moving their OPs up, keep putting their spawn points up to allow them to start moving and starting to push those East teams off. And it looks like this point is probably going to go back towards the IR now.
All right, so super important things going on there. First of all, Stu's exactly right. The point's been captured. Secondly, I just saw this 76 back here, and there's a Panther lurking pretty much center of screen, just slightly right. I don't know where it went. It was whipping around. Oh, there he is over to the right now. So this will be interesting to see which one of these wins this battle. That Panther's damaged. This is an IR capture though. They've managed to gradually grind back Easy now, and they're going to take this point. That Panther's moving away, and it's going to get shot in the arse if it's not careful. There's no intel at the moment. They have no idea there's a 76 here. He's looking. I don't think he's got the angle though. Let's see if we can get the angle on that. No, he hasn't. There's just too much stuff between him and that tank. He's trying to find it. I reckon he has an idea where it is. I reckon there's intel out there. And good work there. We are 18 minutes into this fight, Stu. 18 minutes.
This is one hell of a match, Noppers. The point's already been changed twice. IR taking back that point, AA network there. As we said, that was some great composure from them and a great sustained push to take back the cap after Easy. Easy took it very early.
All right, let's have a look over here just quickly at what is the next point if Easy can't hold this wave of IR push. So this is sainte-marie-dumont, and look, the main things to know about this is there's a big opportunity to push in from the right. It's a real hard area to attack and defend because you've got 50 different walls to jump over and stuff. Over here, it's a little bit more restricted. There's only a couple of lines to approaching because a lot of that city area is out of bounds for play. But over this side, plenty of stuff. This is where you'll see attacks come in from. People lurking in the bush back here. And it is a deep point though, so it's in the second row. So attacking garrisons can't go too deep behind the point. And of course, Easy have the opportunity here of being able to reinforce directly from the fields. So if they lose sainte-marie-dumont, if they start losing it, they've got heaps of opportunity here from the field. So I'm not expecting to see Easy fold too easily here. Pardon the puns that might be in there. It is hard to attack from out this side for IR because it's so open. They really have to go to the center of map. But I'm also expecting that Easy will get their shit in one sock and actually push and attack back onto the point here now. Although, having said that, IR are doing what Easy could not, and they are actually pushing out from the point. They're already 50 meters out and pushing, aren't they?
Yeah, they are. And I think it's what we talk about so often when we're looking at these match casts. But they're providing that sector control. By pushing out, it gives them that early warning and gives them that buffer on the point itself, which means that it just makes it harder for Easy to push out. I know we were talking about that the Sainte-Marie-Dumont defensive point before. I think the important thing for Easy there is they really need to get outlying. As soon as you get pushed back into the point itself, on that point, it feels very close. And it can be very difficult to push out an entrenched enemy that's providing some sustained attack. I'd just like to say we did see a quick shot of my man and friend of the stream, E-Rock, with the machine gun. One hell of a machine gunner, so shout out to that guy. And shout out to everybody else that's playing. It's because of the guys playing today that we get to cast these matches and we get to provide entertainment to you guys.
Speaking of entertainment, I was back in Panoramic there because I'm watching little tanks all over the place. I think the Panther's dead, but look at this Luke's. He's coming down chasing the Stuart, and he's obviously got no ammo. Yeah, no, this is... I don't know what they're doing. Has
he got no ammo, or is he just avoiding shooting it from the front?
Well, no, he had a full rear shot or side shot available on it. Well, it's the end of the loops, man. This... Oh, the Stuart missed. He has got ammo. What the actual hell? Oh, there's a... Holy... Jesus wept! This Luke's is getting... Stu, I don't know. This footage needs to be reviewed, man. I have no idea what just happened. The Luke's was following that Stuart for ages. It's now dead.
Now it's dead.
I thought it had no ammo because it just didn't shoot. And I was watching this 76 here. I'm assuming that it beat the Panther. But no, the Panther's still there. What the hell? Where is the Panther? It's just up here. Okay, there's tanks everywhere. Where's the Panther? Let's have a look. It's in here. Ah, there you go. That's the trade that's happening now. The Panther and the 76 are shooting. There's a lot of confusion here as to what was just going on there with that Luke and the Stuart. Oh, this Panther's in a bit of trouble still. He managed to get down behind cover there. It's quite good. But look at this push from Easy out of the point, man. Look at it. They are... No, sorry, not for Easy, from IR, right out of the point.
Yeah, correct.
They've taken all of that terrain. So all of these areas that we were talking about with Easy before, you know, this wheat field here in front of us, the wheat field over to the left, the orchard down to the bottom left, where that explosion just was on the left of screen there with the big puff of dust, and everything now is controlled by IR, and they've done it. They've done that quite comprehensively, man. They have just pushed out in a big wave, and thank you very much. That's our terrain. I reckon Easy are going to struggle to take that point back, Stu. I really do. I think that IR are not going to give that up anytime soon.
I think you're absolutely correct, Noppers. What we're seeing from IR when we were back over there before is they're pushing out that line. And what that line means is that they get to provide sector control over the entire frontage of that point that they're trying to defend. And it also lets them attack from as many different angles as they possibly can.
Yeah, and that's it. So important. So the you know, for those that are new to the game, and I've noticed there's quite a few folks that actually are new to the game. People asking about these streams. There was some on your stream today, and we'll get a shout out for you in a second too, mate. But it's the lines of defence. So if that's your point there, 270 metres away, if your troops can be here defending, it means if you actually lose whatever fight's going on, you get to spawn back further and just come forward again, rather than be fighting on your point, which is where the enemy would be capping you out. So look at this. This is brilliant work from IR. But Stu, over the left, mate. Easy, no slumps. They're going to give this a red hot go. Look at this coming in over here now.
No, and you can see that. That's the initiative of squad leaders and or command. Realizing that there's a couple of points that they can start pushing out on, a couple of rockets going off there, and the squad leaders pushing out, getting their squads into good positions, and seeing if they can get around the whole left flank of that IR push. All it takes is a squad or two. Obviously, clown OPs are pretty huge in the current meta.
Oh,
Lejax
just threw a rocket into the side of that 76, and for his troubles, he's taken a 76 mil back at him. I don't think he's going to win that trade war somehow. But what happened there, though, a little bit, I don't think that was the best idea, because now that tank knows there's infantry out here, and it wasn't probably the best idea for them at all there, Stu. Yeah, a little bit. And look at that right down below us, Reseg. and 8DA2K are in there clearing that out now. So that easy push is going to die. Yeah, easy tack team.
Look, I think you're right on that one, Noppers. Basically, they started shooting and started making themselves known just that little bit earlier. They were getting into a good spot, but if they had pushed a little bit further forward before making themselves known, it could have been a lot better for them. But that's all right. That's learning, Noppers.
Yeah, that is, and that's exactly right. So the tack team here have got a bit of defensive work to do on the right side because they've got that graveyard where Easy have managed to get a foothold. That's where I'd want to have a defensive line, is at the graveyard, and so Easy should be doing everything they can is to push the infantry right back out to the edge of the graveyard. That's where your focus has got to be here. And where it's a square, whatever the hell that name is in Kamashi, up there where they are, that's exactly right. That's as far forward as you want the defensive line. Oh, except they just got nailed by Artie or a tank or something. That must have hurt. That must have hurt.
Commentator's curse, obviously. As soon as we name them, they're going to die.
There it is. Now, Stu, let's expand on that back line stuff. So in this competition, this is a 49v49. So there's a streamer on each side. It's 49v49. So the way I look at this is you have the commander and 3 squad leaders who are running around forward, maybe as a little team, maybe as 2 teams.
Yep.
Because they are mobile spawn points right there. Gary's and OPs. You've got 2 recon squads, so there's 8 people that are forward setting up your attacking line. The other 41 people you can use on attack and defense just in the general play of things. So you could have 41 people in a vicious fucking circle right now around Sainte-Marie-Dumont, and you could have your little gangbanger squad of 4 up, flanking around up here and coming in behind and setting up, say, a couple of Garys and getting that network ready. Why? They've got an hour and 3 minutes left to change this game. So you could spend 20 minutes just getting around here and setting up a few Garys around the back and, you know, just mucking around with a handful of people, less than 10 people, all squad leaders. And then the commander can go, right, stand by, we're going to bomb the point, we're going to throw an airhead here, and I want 2 people from that squad, 2 people from that squad, 2 people from that squad, 2 people from that squad to jump in these squads here, spawn on the OPs and attack.
Yeah, look, absolutely. I think the biggest thing we're seeing, and the biggest thing that's really the biggest difference between pub matches and comp matches in the Hell Let Loose community is just that plasticity you're talking about. The ability to be malleable and change where everybody is and attack, defense, or just sort of flex squads. Yeah, that ability to be plastic and is absolutely
squads.
Huge.
That's a good way of saying flex squads. I like it, and that's what it should be. I've seen it in other games I've cast, and you know there'll be one person running around at the back by himself in one area, and he'll set up 2 Garys, and then he'll set up an OP, and suddenly there's 15 people back there, and it's like, where the fuck did they all come from? Well, it came from the setup work that he was done. So you get like your top shelf players who are very, very good at the sneaky sneak, that like hiding in bushes, you know, and brewing up while they're waiting for their team to get slaughtered. You let them go around the back and actually set this stuff up, and it works really, really well. And it's something that, you know, I want to see more of because it really brings some amazing, what we call in the military, agility. But I like what you've said there as well. But it's the agility to be able to rapidly shift from attack to defense to attack again. That is what this game is about in the competition level, and some of the best clans do that very, very, very well. That immediate ability to shift attack, defense. You don't care about what squad you're in. That's the important thing.
Have a look at this. Look at this IR push towards the right of your screen right now, Noppers. That is a very strong place to be attacking that from. You'd expect them. Is there any squad leads? It's a little bit fuzzy on my. Yep. Alan 2J.
See what they've done here? They put barbed wire here. I would have put the barbed wire here because, you know, blocking this in a couple of spots means this is. Oh, there's Panda. He's actually the point of contact for IR. So g'day, Panda. Shouts to you, mate. Now, Easy have let them through here, which means they can go around the back.
Yeah. They can keep pushing that angle.
Yeah, and that's no good at all. That's no good at all. You need to block off that. That's because that's the one way you can get through there. Oh, you can drive a truck around the outside, sure, but losing that area there, quite critical at the moment for Easy. They're in a little bit of trouble there, Stu.
I think you're right, Noppers.
They're defending.
Absolutely.
They're defending on the point too much. Look how deep they are on the point. They're right in the chapel. They're right in it. You need people there, but You need to be out in the graveyard. You need to be out at your front line where Alan Zay from IR is. That's where you want to be. Oh my God, there goes a Panzer IV, I think. Was it? Or a Panther? Panzer IV. So the 76 is pushed in on the... Oh, this is real trouble. Easy, you're in trouble here, man. Big trouble, Stu.
Yep, we just saw the Panzer getting pinged out. The 76 getting pinged out there. Easy, you're going to have to deal with that. Hopefully their squad chat is going, their command comms is going absolutely ballistic right now, going, hey guys, we need to start dealing with this. Hopefully they're calling out threats. As we're talking about that, IR engineer is going to push up. I'm going to assume he's going to get a satchel on that barbed wire we were talking about before, down that right side, and then allow them an easy avenue to attack.
Well, that's an automatic rifleman. That one, he doesn't have the satchel. I'm just curious if this tank wore a satchel from that AT guy who seems to have run in, done something, and left. Just checking. We'll know in about 10 seconds, I reckon. Let's have a look. That tank's looking a little bit worse for wear. I don't think there's a satchel here. I would see it, wouldn't I? Yeah, it's because it's easy. I would see the red circle. So no satchel on there. Because Impossimus, or whatever his name is, he was in next to that tank. He's now getting artillery for his trouble. Jiggles is holding this flank. He's an automatic rifleman as well. But look, Panda and Dooz, they are both anti-tank / assault. They'll be bringing in the satchel. Big spawn wave from Easy there. They've gone, right, let's reset. And they do need to reset their defensive line here, Stu. The map control is being slowly lost. So I like to talk about, every 5 or 10 minutes where we were and where we are now. Look where IR now are. They are now in the buildings here to the left of the city centre. They were not here 5 minutes ago. They were up there where that tank is shooting at the top left of screen. Now they're down in the buildings where OBS is, starting to push into the side of the city. So in 5 minutes, they've ground their way through there, and Docs is trying to whip around behind them and stop that. But there's no easy presence out here, is there? They're thin on the ground everywhere except on the point. And look at the map. There's Gary's, but there's no people. There's no attack. The entire thing is stopped. It is purely a defensive play right now from Easy. Is that wise? What are your thoughts, Stu?
Look, right now, obviously, we saw the bit of the panic defensive call coming in from Easy, which was that massive spawn wave that we saw in the middle of the point there. From there, it's going to be incumbent on the team to start pushing out. You did pull up the map for Easy before, and we saw those Garys outlying. The interesting thing about that is those Garys aren't pinging red, so they're not showing up enemy in that sector. Because obviously, in Hell Let Loose, you can use garrisons sort of like lighthouses to tell you where the enemy attack's coming from. The problem is IR is so close to the point now that all of the outlying Garys aren't there. If Easy can manage to push out from the point itself to those outlying areas and start gaining that sector control around it, then those Garys will be allow them to push straight onto AA network and get them to start taking back this match. But at the moment, IR's looking very, very strong, Knockers.
All right, so a couple of things I want to point out here. We were all just looking while Stu was talking about that airhead that's dropping up the top left. I'll get back and have a look at that in a second. Just looking at what's going on here for the Easy artillery. They've built all the things on here. Belgian gates, barricades, walls. Oh, but look at that. Did you see that? Did you see that rocket come in? That is an IR lob from somewhere up here. Let's see if we can find him. There's an IR player up here somewhere who is going at max range. Is it? It must be this guy over here. So he's doing the thing where they're lobbing rockets onto the artillery. So you'd lob your 2 rockets in, then you grab an ammo box and pick 2 more rockets up. You lob 2 more in, then you go and respawn and do it again. So the poor old Easy artillery have got... I just wonder if there's another one comes in quickly. They lob rockets in. I first saw this on Utah Beach. I think it was about a 900-meter rocket shot, mate. And he was just spamming rockets onto their artillery. You don't even need to approach them, and you can shoot them from anywhere as long as you know the angles. Look at the Easy airhead though now, Stu. We were just talking about there. They know about it though. IR have seen that come in. Where is it? Where is it? Yeah, it's just in here. It's in this bush somewhere in amongst the stuff. There's the recon going up. IR have actually seen this and picked it, and they are already shutting down this attack, which is 650 meters away from the point, just for the record. So
it's a very, very conservative airhead there. We just saw it towards the bottom left in the green there. But IR unable to get out to it quick enough. So, look, if Easy's lucky, they might be able to provide and mount something of an assault, because they really do need to start putting pressure on this next point to start to drag some of these IR lads off this offense.
Yeah, so we're seeing the same sort of play here. This left side, as I said before, IR have made it forward one set of buildings. So this is World War One, and ground is measured in the inches. The ground gained is measured in inches. But what is important here is that Easy are gradually pushing this right flank, taking that terrain back, Stu. Pretty important though. There's an airhead that's coming from Easy. Didn't even see that airhead fall because... Oh no! That is a live airhead.
I'm assuming that's an IR airhead, my guy.
Yes, absolutely, of course. And now Bobby has got to take this airhead down super quick before the next arty round lands on him. Can he do it? I think he has, yeah. Saving play right there. Oh, jeez. Poor bastard that was on it before those two.
Oh, no. Don't you feel bad for them, my guy?
No.
But, I think that was huge. And what we've seen is a lot of those IR lads aren't on the field at the moment. With that live airhead up, you'd assume that lots of them are ready to redeploy and jump into that point to start attacking the easy defensive points. But so that was pretty huge, taking down that airhead. Massive play.
Well, that poor bastard, no one expects the Spanish artillery, do they? So here we are anyway on the left side of map, and IR are pushing in pretty hard out here. It's been a bit of a distraction on that right side, and it was a good push from IR, which was well shut down by Easy there. There's a good bit of gameplay out there. So, you know, that's great from them, but now they've got this huge problem where they don't actually control anything out here. Look at that. That entire area is either IR or nothing. And that's pretty hard. We're looking at, on the map there, we're looking at this whole area out here, which is a pretty big chunk of ground to be given up, particularly these two grid squares just here, which is Fox 8, Golf 8. And the reason for that is because if you give those up, that gives the enemy a chance to put in a garrison or two. And that's pretty hard to... it's pretty hard to fight against a team of IR's caliber here. So there's another tank on the point there, down the bottom there. That's a Panther around the back here. So Easy being the Germans, of course, the Axis forces, that's their tank. And they'll be trying to defend out to their left flank. Yeah, they are. They're shooting whatever the hell comes in there. Not sure what happened to the 76. Oh, there it is up there, straight up the street, Stu. 76 looks a little bit... It's had better days, that 76. It's had better days.
I don't know if you know this about armour in World War II, Noppers, but it's not supposed to be on fire.
No, I heard rumours about that. It is good camouflage. If you set fire to your tank, the outside of it, you may, the enemy might think you're in trouble anyway, but I don't think that works in this game somehow. I don't think it does.
We just see that Panther just reversing a little bit, getting into a bit of cover. Obviously, that 76 is going to be a bit of a concern for it. But this IR push is looking absolutely legit at the moment. They're sort of getting that cordon. That area you were pointing out before in the map that they were spawning from and starting to move in from, it's a crucial point because that's where you'd expect the bulk of the line to be forming for IR this attack.
Yeah,
given
absolutely.
It is about halfway to 3/4 between the point they're currently attacking and the middle point.
Yeah, and if they get control here and then they cap Sainte-Marie-Dumont, then it's an easy walk into the field from this angle. It's hard to attack. This is going to be hard for IR to take all the way because the headquarters is here, and Easy just need to... Well, they need to first of all control this 16 grid square area here, 12 grid square area here, sorry, rather. If they can get more troops up to the graveyard here, they'll stop that attack site, but then they need to sweep out here. But there's always going to be this push coming in from out here from IR because that's where their point is. I guess that's why Easy are up here. Look, they've gone nowhere with that airhead, by the way. They've got a couple of squad leaders out there, which is a smart play. But because IR saw that come in, that meant that the bloody, the airhead wave didn't really do much. There was a 76 down here as well. There's that other 76 dead. Shit, sorry, I was just a bit lively on the camera there. Is that a 76? No, that was the repair station that died. So the 76 is still fine. There's two 76s versus one Panther, and the Panther's on fire now. So they've traded fire there, Stu. There's also a Panzer IV there in the middle of the city. So Easy have put a bunch of tanks in there, and they're shutting down this attack that's thinned out quite a bit of the IR at this way. So it's not really going anywhere just yet. I'm just wondering what IR's next play is because of that push. Stu, let's have a look over this other side here, and you can tell me what you see out here, because I'm not really sure what's happened.
This looks like just Easy just trying to deal with and get back some of that sector control. You had the Easy map up before, and the concerning thing for them are all those Garys that we were talking about before. It looks like they've been taken down.
They're all gone.
Yeah. So that represents Easy have literally almost no way to start pushing on the attack, or start controlling these sectors outside of the point itself. They've been pushed back. And the only way for them to defend is from the point itself. And I know you talked about before how they've got lots of armor within that point. That is a very hard spot for armor to hold.
Yeah.
It's just streets. There's no maneuverability. There's no ability to get around the enemy tanks. It's just a grind.
Here's a precision strike I can hear. Is it coming in on this garrison? It's coming in on a tank, I reckon. Who dropped it? Oh, it's up the road. Probably hitting the 76. We'll get back over there and have a look. So that garrison's under pressure there. Yeah, it's under real pressure there. Anything die here? No, that 76 had a precision strike dropped on it, and it didn't hit it. And Easy Stu, they've gotten around the back here now. Someone's managed to make it all the way around the back there. From IR, Easy are in a lot of trouble again. They've lost this eastern flank that we're hovering over right now. They've got bodies from IR in on the west side there. Just a bit of trouble here now. I reckon the point will start blinking in a second as IR start to take the initiative in numbers here. We've still got a good garrison on the point, which is going to be hard to get to for IR and an OP, but all of those Garys around the outside are gone. So if IR can take out that on-point garrison, Easy will lose this point. That is my conclusion here. That tank... The two tanks vital right now, but they've got a pair of 76s coming in as well, Stu. You can see Leo Lian ripping around the back here, probably trying to get a satchel in, I reckon. That'll be what Leo Lian's trying to do, and he's getting shot at now for his trouble. No, he's got a rocket. Well, he's got nothing now. He's kaput. So we've called him out. Oh, wait, there you go. There's the garrison. No, that's not a garrison. There's fucking barrels. Here, you take over streaming. My eyes are fucked. All right.
You and me both, brother. No, I think you're absolutely, I agree. This is absolute trouble for Easy. They're getting hit on two separate flanks at two different sides. They're going to have to do some work. I'm not sure what their plan is from here for Easy Company, but do you push out one side and then the other, or do you push out and just hope that your lads are good enough shooters to be able to deal with this IR push on their point?
Well,
Yep.
Yeah, this is it out here. The TAC team need to get out here. Ah, there we go. They have managed to, Stu. This is what I want to see. Okay, so Easy have managed to get some wheels turning out this way, and that's what I want. There's two squad leaders out this way, so that's at least two OPs, probably even a garrison coming up soon. There's that far west garrison. Okay, look at this. Look where they are now, mate. That is way more attacking options coming up than I've seen for about half an hour. Keeping in mind, Stu, take a look at the time. We're not even halfway.
Oh, no.
We're not even halfway. This is a great match. But, look at that. Defensive line, bam, shuts it down. No, you can't come through here. Artillery goes, well, fuck you for taking our guys out. Puts a round in to just chop a few down as well. This is what Easy need to do, though, is come out this way and start putting some pressure on that IR defensive line so they get some more bodies pulled back from here, which then give these Easy guys a chance to push out like one of those little expanding ball things. They can push out from the point and get their defensive line way out further. Because at the moment, it's way too close. Obs around the back here, though, a problem.
Yeah, they keep getting in behind. Exactly what you were talking about before, Noppers. They keep pushing around, and if they can keep getting lads in there, it's going to provide Easy with some problems. I think what we saw there has been a bit of a let-up on the attack from the IR lads. Just with what we were talking about with the Easy boys out on that left side of the map, just putting that little bit of pressure on means that IR has had to take some lads off the offense. And we want to see Easy keep doing that. That's going to be important for them to try and keep the flow of the match going, because we saw it before. Once all of them spawned in the middle there, it allowed IR to have nearly their entire team offense, and that was causing Easy some issues.
What's also causing Easy issues is this 76 that's sitting here. It's been here for a very long time. That's Salt of Knuckle, 303 LCD, and whoever else that name is. I can't read Mandarin. They are in the. That's where you want your guys to be. So I can see Jarkman is an assault player. I have no doubt he's got a satchel and a will to use it, but he can't get anywhere near that tank unless he goes out towards the graveyard. And they can't go out towards the graveyard because IR are controlling that area. Yet again, you can see an engineer and a rocketeer coming in that way, and they'll be trying to get to that barbed wire to get rid of it. But Dean, at the moment, the automatic rifleman there in the background, he's doing a good job there protecting from those troops coming in. So, yeah, there's some very good individual play. As I call his name out, he's dead. Okay, that was me. I'll wear that one. That was me. It's uncanny, isn't it? Here's Aqua and E-Rock, though, trying to get around the back. But this is what's happening. So Aqua and E-Rock now will sweep in behind IR. They'll probably kill a bunch of IR guys. They'll take their OP down or whatever. But then IR will then spawn out here a little bit further where there's very little sector control from Easy. And then they'll do the same thing. And it'll just keep rinsing and repeating. Because look, IR control this. They absolutely control this. This isn't even that far across. It's the middle of the map.
Yeah, it absolutely is. They just took down the Gary there as well.
Yeah.
Look, we're seeing some good initiative from E.
Look at the rockets.
Trying to put
look at the rockets.
On.
Look. Sorry, mate. I just needed to. Look at him. Fucking.
Got him. Artillery snipes so goddamn strong at the moment.
That is just rocket artillery sniping. Anyway, sorry, go on, mate. I just caught that out of the corner of my eye.
No. If you find anything cool, I'm more than happy to stop and look at it. It's funny with those rocket snipes. They IR boys they had a player behind the artillery. They didn't need to. They're just doing it to show that they can.
Yeah, wow. All right. So poor old chat's getting a bit smashed here by what is the minimal amount of moderation that Stream Elements provides. There's a couple of people there who are doing it wrong. You need to do like 30 caps or 30 emote spams or something like that before you get pinged. So I'm sorry if you get nailed by that, but you're probably overdoing it a little bit. All right, but they are hyped. Chat's hyped. I'm hyped still. This is still going on. IR pushing pretty hard here. Look at this. This is same problem, Stu, and now they're in. Now it's on for IR. They have gotten in close. There's an engineer again. They've got more numbers here. Smoke's going forward. That engineer will be popping down a satchel. Here he is trying to put down a satchel. Oh, he's been picked off. Whoever that was, game-saving play there. Stop the barbed wire fence getting taken. But they're not holding it. It'll eventually fall. This will be eventually taken by IR unless Easy control this play. And the point's blinking, Stu. Look at that. Yeah, it is now starting to turn. Huge problem here for Easy. They've really got to get this defense circle wider than the point. It's got to be wider than the circle.
Look at that. That is IR absolutely surrounding that point. Unless Easy has something of a defensive miracle, IR looking very strong, and they are starting to take the cap.
Yeah. Oh, it's going back the other way now. I'd say there's probably a reinforce, although I should get that message. I don't think the commander used the reinforce. He's a bit smart play. Use the reinforce when it's really needed, not when you're just getting a bit of point blinking. I do see that in pub matches. Like, as soon as someone starts to lose the point anyway, they just slap the reinforce down, and potentially it might be a little bit early. But here we are, though, looking at the point, and we've got the Easy surge back in again. They've managed to hold that. They're stopping the barbed wire from getting taken out here. This poor bloody IR player, he's been trying for about half an hour to get to that fence and just take it down. I think they need a Rocketeer to come in and just shoot across there. I just can't remember where that garrison is. Where is it? Is it in the church? Is that where it is? No, it's down behind a... No, where the fuck's the garrison, Stu? There it is. Okay, that's why. That's important. So as long as they hold that garrison and don't get shot there, they can probably hold this position all day and spawn in. It's where you get a bit of a smoke run. An artillery smoke barrage on this right now, and a satchel coming in where Appleseed is. I reckon IR could crack this open that easy. Now, Stu, there's a tank on tank. Look at the 76. Oh, and the artillery just took out. Oh, but that tank, Stu, that tank is coming in. Yeah. He's going to get a rocket in his ass for it. Oh, no, he's been shot. The Rocketeer got shot. Oh, here we go. Miss. 2 misses.
Oh.
Who got the first shot off? I think the 76. Oh, there's also a Puma in there just for shits and giggles. Why wouldn't you have a Puma in there as well? And there's another 76. Oh, one takedown. It's gone. But there's a 76 top left. It's now taking the Panther. Holy shit. Oh, wow.
Some goddamn action for you, Noppers.
Damn right, brother. Now the Puma's going, oh, fuck, there's another 76. I am out.
Spawnwave just going in for easy company there, trying to scramble some sort of defense. IR pushing very deep into the church now.
The garrison's gone.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Is it? No, it's still there, but this could be a locked garrison. No, it's not. Oh, this is tough. Easy, you've got to throw the kitchen sink at this now, Stu. They really do to hold this point. It's contested. It's blinking. IR surging on the point now. Easy trying to cover the right. There's an airhead coming in as well. Here we go. This could be fascinating play here. I think Easy will hold this. I fucking have no idea, Stu. Oh, artillery.
Garrison just went down to a rocket, so that's gonna deflate their ability to get lads into point. Easy, I think they're gonna lose this. I can't see them getting enough defense back to be able to deal with this IR push.
IR's got an airhead, and that airhead is live. I think it's an IR airhead. Yes, it is. Here's a bombing run or a precision strike. I don't know. Shit. Everything's getting thrown here. And there's a cap race going on. They're starting to cap the other point. They finally got there on the other point, but Easy need to do something on their defense point. They've lost their garrison at exactly the wrong moment, which is exactly what happens every time you get some shit going on. Some bastard comes and takes your garrisons out from behind you.
Yep.
Puma's in there
from
now.
Easy coming off an OP. Spawnwave from Easy coming off an OP towards the left of your screen. They're going to try and move in and try and sweep up these IR lads. This could be huge for Easy Company. If they can hold this...
They're holding.
It is currently a cup race.
Oh, no. IR are surging back on the point now. They're contesting that. Easy are holding this one. They've got to surge in. Let's go and have a quick look up here. Oh, my God. There's too much, Stu. I can't deal with this. Here's a bombing run coming in. I can hear. Easier on the point still. IR are trying to get some initiative back here. Easy now capping again. Oh, no, they're not.
Lord.
I don't know. There's a bombing run back there. Whose bombing run is that? It's an easy bombing run. That's an easy bombing run. That saved the point amongst all that infantry in there. I mean, there's probably about 10 players in there right now that we could say they saved that point. There's still a 76 on there though, which somebody's got a satchel for, surely. Now they're controlling. This is big. Where IR's gone. They're gone.
They've absolutely been wiped out. It looks like when they started losing their Garys on the point, Easy Company forced to spawn in outlying areas. Them pushing back. I'm assuming they're starting to delete IR's ability to put sustained pressure on that point. Also, IR with cap going down, moving lads back onto the point. Holding middle, obviously far more important than taking the next point in this.
Yeah.
A 3-2 win is still a win.
Absolutely. Now, oh mate, you're not supposed to have super exciting shit happen right in the middle of the match. It's supposed to be like at the start of the end, isn't it? But here we are with nail-biting, edge-of-the-seat stuff that was just going on there. Brilliant, brilliant work from Easy, I must say. And very good response as well from IR. But let's just talk first of all about that easy play just then, Stu. Talk the viewers through, for those that weren't watching all the things that we were, what just happened?
We are putting a massive push onto the defensive points. Obviously, they've got their squads split between offense and defense. Their offensive lads starting to push onto that point we're looking at in the middle of it, what we're looking at now. Just started putting enough pressure that IR panicked. They've pulled lots of their lads back on defense to try and deal with this easy push.
And that was all of that stuff that we saw, that airhead before, which didn't really go anywhere. Which, if we just have a quick look, it was way over here on the left. Look at the little garrison line that's going up around there now. That is great work from Easy. And they had a few lads up this way as well. Their artillery is actually getting pissed off now. Easier on their artillery, IR's artillery. But they had dudes all over the place up here, and they came in from a big 4 or 5 different places. IR have had to respond to that. And although they've still got pretty good sector control, near sainte-marie-dumont, that their attack that was on here was also stopped by some of the best gameplay that I've seen in any of these comps just there. There were tanks and shit everywhere, artillery, game-saving shots. I mean, that's a highlight reel right there, isn't it? Just that little play.
Insane. It was insane. Just clip that 5 minutes And watch that, because that is some of the best Hell Let Loose you will ever see, Noppers. I'll tell you what, Seasonal is turning it on like it always is, isn't it?
Isn't it? Isn't it? And now we've got still Obs lurking with intent around the back here. And this IR anti-tanker, of course, who I can't say his name, he's doing some good works down here as well. These guys have been just around the back here for a fair bit. I wonder if that barbed wire went. People have been trying to take that. The barbed wire is gone! Oh!
So, Noppers, what I really want to see here, now that they've got a little bit of a reprieve, it's exactly what we were talking about before. I want to see Easy push out and start defending wider around Sainte-Marie.
All right, so let's see that happen out this way now. That's what I want. Let's talk about Easy a little bit, Stu. I haven't actually got to that. We've got a lull in the battle, I think, at the moment where people are just going, all right, what the fuck just happened? All right, let's build something somewhere and see what happens. I'm going to go up and have a look at this attack. This attack is where it's at now. But let's talk about Easy. They've only had a few matches in the competitive scene, the Easy Tac team, and their focus has been around growth and team development up to this point. Some of their hardest working players, so there's Teflon Don is one of their leaders. He's the leader of the TAC team. He does all their strategy stuff, working with some of the lads on it, and skill level prep and all those sorts of things. I mean, these teams have training and stuff like that. That's what they do. Toxic NBK is the commander, and you can see that today on the match. And he's worked on the map strategy, best modes of implementation. Sith leads the offensive, Appleseed leads the defensive, and Devolish leads the therm they call Flex. That's interesting. So we should look for what Devolish is up to, because wherever Devolish is, it means that stuff is probably getting prepped. That's what I'm saying. All right, there's a few of them that have military experience, so thank you for your service, ladies and gents. And they do try and bring in military-style strategies, but ultimately it's a video game, and some of the strategies don't work. I tell you what does work, though, and Stu, you can attest to this a little bit. That and I heard it in your stream today, actually. Yeah, the mobile pillbox that we're looking at right now in the middle of the screen with infantry support is very, very hard to be very, very hard to be countered, isn't it? If you've got infantry around you and you're in a tank, you can sit back and shell shit while your infantry push forward, all those sorts of things. That's what you want, isn't it? Combined arms.
Yeah, like you'll hear that term thrown around quite a lot in casts at the moment, is combined arms. I think teams are realizing how strong it is. And what I was talking about in the match earlier today is if you have a tank, and that's the reason we look at tanks so often in casts. People always accuse us, oh, you're looking at the tanks, got to watch the infantry. Look, the fact of the matter is that if you have a tank on the field, it can provide a strong point where you don't have one normally. So normally where infantry will fight around houses, trenches, and find anywhere where they've got cover, big spawn way from Easy.
That's
Easy
huge.
Coming in there.
That's what, 1, 2, 3 squad leaders and 4 squad leaders in the commander, mate. Shit's about to get real out here. Keep going, though. Keep going.
But yeah, it allows you, it gives you that strong point and something for the rest of your team to work off. And that's why we focus on tanks so much. It means it is something that the enemy have to deal with. And then if it's got infantry support, tanks are very, very hard to beat, my guy.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's right. If you've got some infantry lurking around you to protect you and maybe throw in the odd repair, that's how it works. That's a great play. And that's how tanks should be used. And we've seen that in a few comps where they've steamrolled because of a couple of tanks with infantry support. The infantry's been in front of the tanks, which might sound a bit counterproductive or counterintuitive. But if that tank's shelling the enemy while you're moving forward, the enemy ain't got its head up. Here's Arnie, though, shooting an unsupported tank in the arse. As I talk about that very thing, that's 76. He's not going to die from this, but he's sure as hell going to understand that he probably needs to move somewhere else. Just finishing off here on Easy tactical team here. They play mostly Hell Let Loose, but they play random other shit. Golf Gang, Among Us, Jackbox, Conan Exiles, Company of Heroes. All right, and their objective in this seasonal is to make their mark. They want everyone to take notice of the Easy Tac team and recognise them as a growing, developing team. Their loss to Chimera in the first week set an expectation for our match against the Russian coalition in the second week. And they think the fact they came out and showed a lot of heart, preparation, execution really surprised a lot of people and caught a lot of eyes. I think so too. They had a little bit of soul searching to do after that less than 15-minute loss to Chimera because they weren't agile, Stu. That's literally what happened. They were linear in the way that they presented themselves in that attack. And we kind of have seen a little bit of it here today. But what is impressing me, look at this. Yet again, I'm now seeing that agility with The defensive line's still not up forward enough. I want that further forward. And they got a little bit of trouble around the back here. But they've got an airhead way over there. A squad leader about to put an OP of garrison here. Another squad leader down here. They've lost this attack here because there was a tank there that said no. But that's okay because they've still got map options. Traptrix, though, he's aware of that airhead, I reckon. He would have seen that come down. Let's see what he's doing. Yeah, look at that. He's not going to get to that, though, but he's going to try and slow him down a little bit at least. But maybe the airhead's a distraction because what I'm really interested in, where is he? There was a squad leader out here before. Is he dead? What I was interested in, he's dead.
But no, because what I'm really liking to see, what I'm really liking from Easy at the moment, now that they feel like they've had a bit of a reprieve, they're really starting to encircle that point, giving their players options to start spawning and start putting pressure on. It's really good. We saw that little bit of a push coming out from the left just before, but although that was shut down, they still have places to spawn and keep that sustained assault to this IR team. Very, very well. It was really well recovered from Easy, and I'm loving watching them play. I'm loving watching this game, mate. This is huge.
Good game. Here's a 76 or 75. I can't tell from this distance. Just coming in now on that north road. Bombing run from somebody. Probably going to hit here. I'm guessing. Is it? No. Where the hell's that hitting? Oh, okay. The commander of IR has put a bombing run up on this airhead. Oh, he's actually hit the whole airhead. He's taken the airhead out. There's no squad. That's the end of that. There's no squad leaders. There's nothing there. That was shut down pretty well. That's a brutal shutdown. That is an absolute smackdown on that attack. That entire flank. There's one assault guy left now with a tank shooting at him and infantry approaching him. I think he could. Well, let's see if he's alive in a couple of minutes up there. I will. Hats off to you. So here's a Panther coming in now, Stu. There's a tank up on that main road, as I said before. Easy pushing back onto the point. IR, well, they lost their 76 there. You can see it's dead. Easy have held this well for the last few minutes. We are 28 minutes out from finish. IR now pushing in from the southwest between the 2 points. So they're starting to clear out the fields just below us there on the left. And they're actually pushing into the city from the southwest as well. They've stopped pushing on that right flank. So either Easy shut them down. Oh, having said that, someone spawns there. Easy shut them down pretty well. But I've not seen anybody out there for quite a while. So obviously they've changed that now. I think there's another push coming in from IR in the next minute, Stu. I think I can see a couple of squad leaders there. I can see infantry coming in. I can see him clearing stuff around the back. I can see Easy losing. They've got one garrison on that right-hand flank and nothing else on the point. There are 2 OPs, and that's it. One garrison on the right flank.
You're absolutely right, Noppers. IR just starting to feel a little more confident in their defensive AA network at the moment. I think we'll see them flop a lot of those flexible and plastic squads that we were talking about before onto the assault to try and push Easy off. Look, it's not an easy point to take. There's not that many points of attack. That said, what we were talking about before, Easy still sort of not maintaining that outlying defense that we wanted to see. They are out to the right a little bit, which is genuinely good to see. With was that Warmaster and Jeraman? I can't quite read them from here. My eyes are terrible. But Easy, I think you're right. I think Easy are probably going to have a bit of offensive work to do shortly.
Yeah, I think the Easy guys will argue with you and say we've been doing defensive work for about an hour, thanks.
Right.
but they've been doing it pretty well. This has been just a relentless pounding of stuff from IR. And there's the Panther has just got first shot on that 76 or 75, whatever it is. I'll have a look in a sec. Oh, he's backed off. Let's have a quick look then. What is it? 76 by the look of that. Yes, it is. That's the one from before. He's sitting next to his repair station. So I think that Panther will die unless it does something different here. He's just getting a repair. He does not have a repair station. He's got infantry around the back of him. 2 people with potential anti-tank, by the way. That engineer's running in the wrong direction. I'm guessing, oh yeah, he got stuck in those buildings. You can't go anywhere in there. Good place for a garrison.
In there, isn't it?
Yeah, I do find this area pretty hard around the back here. But these guys are pushing the point well. There's not a lot of Easy here, Stu. Where are they? Where are they?
On the ground. look, I'm assuming this is part of. They started to feel a little bit comfortable on point, so moving some of those lads forward is probably where they are. They're going to be in trouble if they don't. If they don't have good comms pointing out where the attacks are coming from and how many squads they need back. I'll tell you what, it's difficult to say. They're not currently losing the point, and they do have some people. They do have some squad leaders, and well, that one just died.
Look at this. Look at this though. That's two 76s there, and a third 76 down here. Right, I can hear it beneath me. And those two 76s are a freelance squad, more or less, right now. They literally drove back. There's 3 or 4 squad leaders back here, I can see. That one poor squad leader trying to do anything, it literally had two 76s come to him.
Yep.
They are doing something. They are doing something. They are doing it on the right side, to be honest. Because that orchid has been well held by IR for ages, and the wheat fields down there are a bastard to fight in attack or defend. Coming up this way with a couple of squad leaders and pushing into, let's get on the ground and actually tell the viewers what it looks like on the ground. Not there, down at infantry height. If you get down here, look how much...
Genuinely invisible. Genuinely invisible.
Yeah, let's put an OP, oh, I don't know, here. When are you going to find that anytime soon? In this maze of shit. So... there is a lot of opportunity to attack, and look at what the squad leaders are doing. I expect to see a couple of... There's one OP going down in a second from Trip. He'd just be waiting a second. Oh, he's been sniped from the top of the building.
Well, he's not going to do anything anymore. Good lord.
How do you counter a wheat field? You stand up high.
Do you think that's historically accurate, Noppers? Do you think the Americans did put most of their troops on roof to counter the Axis push through wheat fields?
The sad part about sainte-marie-dumont is that I believe this is where parachutists actually came in and landed on roofs at night, which for a lot of them it didn't work out very well. Or is that Sainte-Marie-Glaise? Actually, it might be Sainte-Marie-Glaise. One of them was a particularly brutal part of the Normandy invasion on the night before, where the troops were landing on top of the church and stuff. There's some famous stories from that where, you know, you had parachutists stuck with their fucking parachute hanging off of these spires and stuff like that. Just horrible, horrible shit. Probably not great entertaining commentary for the viewers at home. But, you know, this game is based on the Normandy invasions, and it's fascinating stuff what people go through in that type of scenario. We haven't experienced anything like that ever in our lifetime. I'm sorry. You know, Afghanistan, Vietnam, they were small scale compared to what World War II handed over. Look at IO though now, mate, coming through. Oh, see that? When you're down in amongst the wheat, you don't know where anybody is. There's someone shooting from up that way. There's someone shooting from down this way. It's everywhere, isn't it? This guy, he's going to find that OP. He's going to find it. Yeah, he got it.
Okay, he did too.
So they're trying here, those two. They are. Easier trying. Get back over here and have a look.
Easy giving this an absolute crack, which I really like to see. They're making a game of it. Obviously pushed back very hard deep. That came out wrong out of my mouth by this IR team. But they've responded well. They've responded very, very well to this. They are looking a little thin on defense at the moment, but I'm assuming they've got the squad comms going at the moment and the command chat, just letting them know that where these attacks are coming from, and they're dealing with it fairly well, despite being fairly depleted, by throwing more onto the offense.
Yeah, isn't that interesting? Isn't that interesting how that works? So they've got not even half the number of people here on the point on defense, and they're able to hold it quite comfortably at the moment against all this flanking stuff that IR have been doing. Someone just wrote in chat half an hour ago, obviously, easier just trying to enjoy a church service, for fuck's sake, you know? Poor bastards. Anyway, look, this has been a solid 50-minute defense of the point. It got a bit tight there at one stage. Easy have done the right thing at the right time here in relation to that defense. They are really struggling, though, to crack this. You think the easy defense is good. They ain't getting within 200 metres of the IR point at the moment. And that's pretty hard work. It's pretty hard work.
I think you're absolutely right. Look, for mine, I'm assuming that the IR commander probably has an eye on the clock like we do. There is 21 minutes and 13 seconds left to go in this match. So I'm assuming he's looked at and gone, well, if we're not going to take that next point, what we can do is just drag a lot more of our lads back and start defending midpoint, because that's what gets us the win.
I'm just watching Forbes, who obviously was trying to get in and get a satchel off, and he's been pincered by not one, not two, but five. Five blokes. Nothing worse than being surrounded by five blokes. And that's the end of that little wave there. We've got just down the south here, getting down to have a look, whipping the camera down, of course. Normally we do that a little bit smoother. Couldn't get Stu on the camera today because the IR guys are streaming in Chinese language, which, you know, they like multilingual stream options for the different clans, and that's, I believe in that too myself. So we just get the one camera here, of course, in a 49v49. Watching Easy, still working hard down the south area here. They're getting a bit of sector control back, Stu. So
yeah.
It took 30 minutes for IR to push all the way down through this field that we're talking about, right down into here, and actually get their troops to here, sector control-wise. The unfortunate part for Easy is they haven't got 30 now. Now they're down to 20. It's under 20 minutes left, and they've got to do what IR did over 30 minutes to try and get back up to the point. It's still doable. They've got 17 and a bit minutes, 17 plus change, to take AA Network and win this battle. They can lose it from here.
This is going to be a huge last 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Look, we're seeing this sustained push, and it's what they weren't doing earlier. Obviously, sector control is what we're talking about. Once you've got that, it allows you to just keep pushing your lads further forward onto that point and causing IR team a little bit of trouble. But you're right. It is going to be hard for them to do that with less than 20 minutes left in this game, Noppers.
And with the caliber that we're talking about here, let's face it, IR have completely demonstrated their... Well, I mean, shit, the shooting skills of individuals have been really good, but their defensive skill has been top shelf. They can defend. That is proven. They know how to surge well, and that's been tough. I would find this tough as a commander to try and crack open. So the fact that Easy making any ground whatsoever against such a strong defensive team there, I'm quite impressed with. Just looking around the back here, though, there's not a lot of action back here from Easy. Looking at the artillery, let's see if we've got anybody up here annoying the artillery. There are three people trying to take that artillery out. It's well barricaded, though. Look at all that shit. So, you know, that artillery is doing its thing. It's drawing away people too. They are killing it. It's not getting a lot of fire on the point. I don't think artillery is as important on this game except for defensive firepower on this map. Why do I say that? Because you've got a lot of options for where you're attacking from. So by the time the intel gets in as where the... someone just wrote they watched a documentary on the Alamo. That's the defense.
That's a very good call.
But, you know, like when they're pushing out here, by the time artillery starts hitting the point 25, 30 seconds later after where the attacking forces are, they've already moved somewhere else or they're coming from a different angle. When you want it is close fire support on the point. For defensive firepower. For attacking firepower, yeah, it's not worth really hitting the city too much, but certainly AA battery, it's definitely worth hitting the point on AA battery for defensive artillery. Unless, of course, you absolutely know where there's an infantry squad from the enemy team and they are slowly pushing out of there and they've been there for a while. Yeah, by all means, throw some artillery at that spot. So artillery not as... It's a little bit niche on these maps. You know, I would rather have one or two on artillery and have the extra infantry person as a squad leader doing some stuff for me than have 3 or 4 people on artillery or dealing with enemy artillery. 1 or 2 is enough to piss off enemy artillery, I think. Any more than that, you're probably using too many troops. Having said that, of course, teams have worked out how to defend their artillery pretty well, so it does take a little bit of effort to try and crack them. Now, Easy have finally made it up to the graveyard, Stu.
Yep, yeah, they finally made it out there. IR, though, look at that line of red berries that's coming in. They're starting to deal with exactly what we were talking about before. Look at that. They've got a flare up. That's an Easy flare up in the middle. So Easy will be well aware that there's lads coming in now if they're watching their maps, like all good squad leaders should.
No, that's an IR flare. Checking out where they're actually defending.
I apologise.
Yeah.
But yeah, I agree with what you were saying about artillery before, Noppers. Artillery doesn't work against open fields. Artillery needs targets. It needs to concentrate on choke points. Garrisons. If you can spot out an enemy garrison, artillery can just keep it pinned. It can't delete it anymore after a few updates, but it can keep all the spawn waves coming off that garrison down. So if there's no targets going in, absolutely I'd like to see some of those lads that are on artillery moving up as squad leads and providing options. I completely agree with you with that one, mate.
Yeah, and there's a good push here. It's still like when I say it's a good push, we're 500 metres, maybe 450 metres from the point. Look how far that is for them to go. And they've got a good push on out here where there's IR infantry. It's not capping the point. And just notice down here, though, I was looking at this before, where were these IR guys coming from? Sector control, that's where they're coming from. There's rockets going in on the artillery. I can hear them going past in my headset. So they're still shelling the poor old artillery. Sector control out this way here from IR. No Garys anymore out here at all from Easy. Nothing. Just the defensive Garys there. They just keep getting hammered, don't they? And there's not a lot of places you can put a Gary out here. Look, there's fucking 3 76s running around. I'm assuming none of the 76s have been killed yet because they haven't gone in where the Panthers and stuff are. Yeah, those 76s are just freelancing around the back there, literally stopping anything from happening for poor old Easy. They've got to get back up here and try again. They've just got to.
I just think they're running out of time to do it. There's under 15 minutes left in this game. And to get that push coming from that side, what's really countering them at the moment is exactly what you're talking about. It's that IR
right here
control around AR.
Right here, Stu. This is what you're talking about right here. Spawn coming in now. It's got a tank and a circle, a semicircle of IR around it, looking for where they're coming in from. And this has been the problem. These guys have been trying to get up and around here, and they just can't. They just can't.
No, and when IR has that many lads spread out, controlling the outlying sectors, it means that any attack that comes in is immediately called out and can immediately be dealt with.
Panda just killed himself while killing something else. Well played. I think that's what happened. Anyway, okay, so 13 minutes to go. Really not enough time left for Easy to take this to a victory. Let's not write them off just yet, but I just look at the way IR are playing. I look at the way the IR structure is set up, where their defensive lines are, and the fact that they've got 3 76s, I assume still 3 76s ripping around here, means that, here's a push on the point again, Stu. So the IR team now they've consolidated their defence, around the AA network. They know they're holding that, and here's the cap starting to happen now on the church from IR, pushing in from that northeast side, and Easy will now have to respond to this. They've got a garrison back up on the point, probably the same spot as before. They've got the ability to respawn back, but this will completely shut down the Easy attack, and it'll end up being just a defensive battle for this last point, and that'll be GG's.
Yeah. I think Easy, they've got a very big defensive, they've got a lot of defensive work to be doing right now. And look, a couple have spawned back. They'll start trying to push out, but this is a big push from IR.
If this is an Easy IR bombing run, it's going to hit that garrison for sure. No, that's an Easy bombing run on the point. Oh, and an airhead. Oh, they're throwing the cards. They've thrown the cards. The dice. The dice have been thrown. I want to have a look at that. Easier just taking this back. Let's just get over here quickly and see if there's IR up here to take that airhead bombing run. Airhead bombing run. It's now contested, that bombing run. This is a spawn with everything. Oh, he's missed with the straight. The tank's in there as well. Oh, this is going to be brutal. This is going to be brutal. No, that's the airhead gone, surely. That's the airhead gone. Precision strike coming in as well, because why not?
Oh, I just throw the kitchen sink at it.
Oh. No, that was Go.
Yeah, it was an absolutely ballsy airhead. Straight on the point. They haven't had the lads in there to be able to defend it. But, look, I like the initiative. Look, they had to give it a crack, and there's just under 12 minutes left.
Maybe up here. That would have been a little bit safer than right up near their front line. So we know that you're fighting them in the 6 row. Put it in the 5 row. Or, like up higher. Give yourself a chance. Well, what they were trying to do was put it on the point and spawn in like their whole team. Here's the counter IR airhead now, and it is protected. So IR are about to surge their entire team. I bet you any money. IR are about to surge their entire team onto the chapel, and take out this point for a 4-1. I reckon that's my call at 11 minutes to go. Easy are just losing that garrison on the point. No, they've still got it, but they've thrown the dice. They didn't get it, so now they've just got to defend. Something's hitting that. Yeah, that's artillery. There's a tank coming in now on the point as well, because why not? What, you know, if it hasn't been hard enough already for easy, let's have a tank come in as well now. Fuck it, why not? Having a quick look at the map again. I know I'm looking at it a bit too much. I just want to see where their Panther is. And guess what? There's a Panther coming in from that left side as well. I want to see that IR spawn wave. I want to see a bombing run. I want to see satchels. I want to see... Well, it's all going to happen here in a second. It's all going to happen here in a second. Easy are spawning with everybody on the point. There's a tank down here with an anti-tanker following it. Yep, and it's been shot in the ass. It's about to wear another one. No, is he a satchelier perhaps? And he's about to get shot as he runs through there. Oh, nice kill there from Freeland, whatever your name is there. You are owed a beer by that Panther.
I'm just waiting to see whether or not we get this IR spawn wave in here. We haven't seen that many
Nothing.
yet. Perhaps Easy's been able to get out and deal with that airhead.
Well, they may have hit it with artillery. I don't know. I'm surprised myself actually. There's nothing happening. But they do bide their time here, and there is a bit of a push going on around AA network, and they may be thinking, oh, we're a little bit stretched here at the moment. That tank is dead, is it? Or is it just smoked? I think it's dead. Is that dead? Jeez, this is not where you drive a 76.
No, it is not. Oh, good Lord. And I think they've now learnt that lesson, Noppers.
Do not bring a 76 into the inner circle. Look, there's another one here still. That other one's despawned. No, it's still there. 3 76s within 50 meters of each other. Something tells me that's a little bit dodgy, that area. All right, I want to have a look back over here and see what's going on with this poor attack. There's a lot of easy out here, buddy. 8 minutes to go.
Absolutely having a crack at this. Oh, look, I'm loving this. Easy, not going to go down without a fight. They're going to push onto this point. They're going to try and dislodge IR. And I'll tell you what,
this is good.
That's not bad angles from Easy there. I like it.
This is good. This is good. The trouble is they got those 76s. There's one smoking 76 there, just off the left center of screen. But this is a good push, a good spawn wave. I'd want to see some OPs come forward where Whiskey is, one there. The trouble is, of course, then you're going to run into the trouble of getting shot off your OP. But with 8 minutes to go, it's win or lose right now for Easy if they can push on this point. We've got someone flanking around the back there, probably with a satchel. IR are throwing down... Oh, no, he's no... Yeah, he's there. He just disappeared off screen. IR are throwing down a set of supplies there. They've got a supply truck coming in. They realise they're in a bit of pressure. I'd be curious to know what they've actually got on the map. There's a lot of pressure on sainte-marie-dumont at the moment too. You can see everything's lit out. But look at that. Look at that defence. There were
Look at the shooting from IR. That was amazing. 5
dead bodies there on that. 6 dead bodies. 7 dead bodies for 1. Big trades. But see, a lot of that might be the tank too, which is kind of hard to deal with at that range. It's still on here. It's still on here. There's a precision strike just been ordered. AA network. Oh, it's up to the north. So he's trying to hit something. What's he trying to hit? Coming in here somewhere. In front of us where that tank is. Yeah, that's on the tank. There's the tank. See if you got it. Tank should be moving. As soon as you hear that sound.
I know.
Oh, it's a great hit. What a hit.
It's huge.
That was brilliant, and that is going to be a game-changing moment here with 7 minutes to go. Look at the spawn wave now. Stu, I'm excited. Get on the edge of your seats, ladies and gents. We've watched 10 minutes of furious action, 30 minutes of, all right, we're defending, 10 minutes of furious fucking action again on the church in here, then 30 minutes more of, oh, okay, it's got a bit boring again, and now we're down to 6 and a bit minutes, but look at the kills going on in here. But this is the push, though. This is the easy push. I probably want to bring back everybody right now. But This is it, Easy. Easy's chance to actually break this open and win the game with 6:28 to go. Stu, can they do this?
I know you said on the edge of your seat, and it's supposed to be a common saying, but I am literally on the edge of my seat, my guy. Good Lord, come on, Easy. Push your lads in.
Oh, it's an angry Luke's. I love a good angry Luke's, Stu. You know that. It's coming into the point now. Let's have a look. Left side's looking strong here from the Easy perspective. They are getting shot down by the IR guys along that road, but there's a bunch of Easy guys coming in now trying to support that little Luke's tank who should be pushing up to get some fire support on him. I'm not sure what he's doing. He's probably looking for shit that's going to blow him up because it does get a little bit dodgy and dangerous. We've got supplies going in behind us there. Don't even know. That looked like an airhead, but it can't be because we've had both airheads. Here's the Lukes. The Angry Lukes is coming out in the field of play now, folks. Could get a little bit interesting. I just want to quickly check the map again to see what we've got for tanks. There's a Panther coming in the other side. There's a Panzer IV as well there. There's a recon tank here. Stu, this is cracking open. 5 minutes to go. 5.5 minutes to go.
Easy, come on, lads. Come on, make a game of this. I believe in you boys. I are scrambling to defend at the moment. I'm assuming they've got every single one of their boys back on the point at the moment. Why would you attack? Just fucking hold off this Easy push now, and they've absolutely got it covered. About 5 minutes left in the go in the game. Good Lord, Nuppers. This has been a cracking match.
Hasn't it? Hasn't it? Well, you're going to do one of these tomorrow morning, mate.
I know. Alpha versus Ballistics in the morning. I'm looking forward to that. But right now, we've got this match to do. Under 5 minutes. Let's goddamn go, Noppers.
Oh, here it is. There's a Panther coming in from the right flank, or the south flank, actually. Price has probably just seen that, and he's still running at it, though. He's like, fuck that, I'm a squad leader, I don't care, I'll take you on. Pulls his pistol out, I reckon. There's a couple of squad leaders there. There's no AT except for Kargan. Kargan up there. That Panther's there next to him, Mr. Meeseek. All right, here's the Angry Lukes now. Shredding people on the point. It's doing good work. That's the work you want. Here's the Easy push now. Left sides to 4:30. Oh, don't sit still, Lukes. Do not sit still because you will get shot. Or is that the Panzer IV? I apologise. That's the Panzer IV. The Lukes is angry somewhere else. Where the hell did the Lukes go? I've lost it.
Target. I love that Lukes. That Lukes has done some goddamn work. Easy company pushing up that hedgerow line there. Obviously being countered by IR, pushing off the point itself. This is going to come down to gunfights. This whole match is going to come down to the individual skill of the lads down there. IR taking out most of the Easy company there. 3 of them still pushing in, 2 in support. God damn it, this still could go either way. And we're under 4 minutes.
I don't know. I'm super excited. There's 2 tanks here, 2 Axis tanks here from Easy on the point. But this IR defense has been non-stop brutal for the entire match, and you can see it right now. It's doing that. There goes the Lukes. He's done now. That's a couple of rockets in the arse there. He didn't go with infantry support. They're just trying to push, and that's probably not the best idea because they'll end up dying to rockets, as you can see there. Here's a precision strike just went in on the Panther. There's a squad leader from IR riding it. While there's an assault guy chasing it with a satchel. It's been a good attempt here from Easy at the last dying minutes of this game, but IR have got this. The reason is
they absolutely do.
Those guys on the left from Easy there, they are still about 300 meters out from the point. About 300 meters out from the point, which means they're not, and they're only making it about 50 or 100 meters before they're getting shredded by the IR defense, which means IR have defensive depth. And that's the end of that out there. I'm just noticing the cap on the other point too, by the way. I'll go and have a quick look at that in a second. 2:47 to go. Easy. Oh, look, I've got to go and look at the other point. There's still a push on. Quickly go and have a look here. Oh, this is a big play from IR. Easy have lost their Gary around the back here too. IR are going to take this well before Easy get that other point. So that's disappointing for Easy because it's been a phenomenal match. Although having said that, there's a bombing run coming in. Whose is that? Oh, that's the commander putting from Easy putting a bombing run on the point for his push, and he's now trying to defend Sainte-Marie-Dumont, but he's not going to. IR will take that now with the 5 players they got on there, and it'll be a 4-1 victory to IR today after some amazing play. Let's just get back over here and watch the gameplay itself, though. We know these guys aren't even capping at the moment, but it kind of looks cool rather than 5 guys sitting around a church praying and capturing. So, you know,
huge.
Here's a little tank battle just for shits and giggles as well, Stu.
Excellent. I'm in. Let's go.
Oh, he's missed! First miss. That's a hit. Rocket IR. rocket in the tank. There it is. Boom! That's a dead 76 from the Panther. And he's a bit broken, though. All right.
He is a bit broken. Look, all credit to the IR defense there. That scrambling defense was enough to blunt that attack from Easy, long enough for them to get... Look, Easy threw absolutely everything at that middle point. But all credit to IR. That defense was absolutely on point.
Yeah, see, they're throwing everything now at this. I mean, they can't possibly cap that because this is IR own this point now. And that's the end of that. And so they won't cap the last point, of course. But it'll be a 4-1 loss. Oh, Stu. All right. Well, we may as well sort of start that wrap-up conversation now because we know IR have won this 4-1. Tell me about this match. You're not going to be able to have any energy left for tomorrow morning, mate, are you? That's pretty brutal.
My God, that was an absolute banger of a match, Noppers. Well fought over midpoint, changed hands a couple of times. Easy took it early before it was taken by IR. But most of this match has been fought over this point that we're currently looking at now. Easy, good scrambling defenses, but IR just able to take away the win. I'm going to point out that defense from IR over the midpoint after that easy push towards the end of the match, that absolutely won them the game.
Yeah, I agree.
Go ahead.
No, mate. I was just saying I agree. Keep going.
Look, Easy have spawned back, trying to take back this point, but it's not going to matter. 3 seconds left. Fucking well done. IR coming away with the victory. 4-1 to IR. Easy Company with the loss, but all credit to Easy Company, Noppers. They fought very hard, and they fought very hard this entire competition. Unfortunately, that will see Easy Company drop out of Seasonal, but I, for one, will be sad to see them go.
All right, so let's look at the teams here. I've just given E-Rock the point, mate, since you shouted him out before. There you go. He gets rewarded for it. Have a bit of a look at the teams here as we look down. I'll get that screen back up in a sec. For me, I based on what I've seen of Easy previously, that impressed me. That impressed me a lot. And I'm really super chuffed. IR there. Congratulations. Nothing to be taken away from them whatsoever. And here's me leveling up Rifleman because I never get to play squad roles. I only get to play leadership roles, damn it. So IR, absolutely. Their defensive play, top shelf. They were able to defend brutally. And that's what you want from your team if you're a commander. So brilliant stuff there in the defense play. Their attacks were good. I think their attacks could have been shut down there fairly easily, to be honest, Stu. They were giving up so much sector control there, Easy, and that right flank in particular around sainte-marie-dumont, the number of times you should have just pushed out of there and cleaned out that graveyard because you don't get tanks down that side, and they just weren't doing it. So that gave IR all day to sneak people around the back. That's how they were getting people in the back lines. So something to be learnt there, I think, for Easy in particular, but anybody watching the stream, of course. I'm happy with that match. I have no real ties with either of those particular teams. And I'm just chuffed that is what I got to watch. I'm just going to bring us back up to the warm-up screen now so our faces are back there looking as whatever it is we look like. There's Stu again. All right, we'll do another little shout-out to you there, Stu. Mate, I must say thank you very much at extremely late notice to come and join me here and just help us out with the stream. 2 people are always better than 1. I hadn't planned on nailing anyone for this today because everyone was so busy. But with the way the streams went... And I saw that yours had finished in time. I thought, well, if you're interested and I knew you had this weekend clear, but you've got that big match tomorrow morning. No, I'm not getting up to help you with that one. I'm sorry. But, mate, I must say, since you've started streaming a little while ago for casting, you are absolutely top shelf, and it's great to have you here. So thank you, sir.
No, Noppers, it is an absolute pleasure to be around your stream, as always. And can I just say thank you to both you and the seasonal competition for giving me the chance to come and commentate such a goddamn cracking match. That was amazing, Noppers. And to yourself as well, all credit to you, mate. Well streamed and very good commentary. I appreciate you, mate. You're doing some great things for the OCE community internationally and obviously in our community. Anytime I get to hang out here, I will... anytime you let me, I'll be here, my guy.
No worries, man. That's part of what we're doing at the moment. So, matches coming up. Well, as we said before, Stu's doing one at 0 dark 100 tomorrow morning. So, get your face in on that one and have a look. having a look now quickly at the scoreboard again there, Stu. Now we know that IR, of course, now progressed to the second stage, so we're looking forward to see them. Unfortunately, Easy are out of this particular competition, but we look forward to seeing them again. They definitely brought it to the table here, and if they play that good or better in future matches, they are going to be a force to be reckoned with. The attack team from Easy. So thank you very much for being there and playing there, Easy. Well done, and commiserations on dropping out of the comp. IR, congratulations on cracking on through to the next round. I look forward to seeing them again. Stu, I look forward to seeing you stream again. Community, I look forward to seeing you again with whatever you're doing. Come on and join us at any stage. We are really, really, really keen to see you support this sort of stuff, and we will keep doing this and have fun with it. I've been your host, Nelpers. That's been your host, Stu. I've got nobody here on the list to raid, Stu, so I'm just going to wrap up the stream for today. Ladies and gentlemen, have a good afternoon, have a good weekend, have a good arvo, as we say in Australia, and I will catch up with you next time. Goodbye for now.